What is going on, everybody? We are back with another music reaction. I'm Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are
HellaDepraved.
So this is one of those nights I didn't get started on the pregame as far as setting things up until super late, and I'm kind of glad because Crooked Joell dropped a new song.
Who?
Joell.
Joell. Okay.
Joel.
I don't know who Joel is, right?
You know, the lead singer from that group I don't like.
I have no idea.
The one about the bitches about complaining about people complaining.
I have no idea.
Lifestyles Rich and Famous.
I actually don't know what the
lead singer's name's Joel. I just don't remember what his fucking name is.
Okay.
Or what the band's name. Anyways. So,
all right.
Crooked Joell dropped the new song, or the next song off of their album.
Official video.
Yeah. Super excited about this album. As a quick rundown, they dropped Vacancy.
Right.
Yeah, Vacancy.
Yeah.
And then that was a rough song to listen to.
It was, yeah.
And then they dropped 2 mini docu-series videos.
Okay, yeah.
Talking about how all of this came to be, which I still want those Glass House songs, Joel. I'm just saying.
Right.
Them shit sounded fire. And now, we got this. So more to the story. And I'm super excited for this album. This is actually the most excited I've been for an album in a long time.
Okay.
So, we're going to react to this if you guys have already seen it. If not, click the link in the description below. Hopping over to all things coming back. Because we're commentary, reaction, breakdown, comedy channel. What that means is we will pause for any and all of the above. So with that being said, it's time to break it down. This is King Crooked and Joell Ortiz with Backstage. Let's get it.
Okay.
So this must be the track list. The Birth, Vacancy, Ain't Nobody Mad, Backstage, Floodwaters, and then Fuck Glass House. Oh no.
Okay. Guess that answers that.
Alright.
Alright.
I wanna give to you. I won't forget it. I'll forever to you be true. And I promise to be girl, because you
Alright, y'all know what it is. Let's go. Slaughterhouse on 3. Come on, man. 1, 2, 3. 4 of us backstage, we say a prayer. Come out one by one and sound off. I see it like I'm near. A hand in the air, felt energy everywhere. Point that mic in the crowd, they go line for line anywhere in the song. Organically built an empire. Once that spark matched the talent on paper, I knew we'd catch fire. From red spiders to pulling up in that red spider. The sold out shows without Joe, we tore that Best Buy up. Before Royce and
So apparently, they did a sold out show at a Best Buy concert. It was like a festival.
Right.
And if I remember correctly, Joe Budden ended up in jail and wasn't able to go to the show.
What?
And his dad came, and they were like, "Where's Joe at?" He's like, "I am Joe Budden."
It's like,
so his dad came.
do you
out
not recognize me?
and did his parts,
Oh my god.
from my understanding.
Okay. Okay. That would suck. I mean, for Joe more than anybody, but that would suck. I like how he said they came up organically, though. Like, they put it together and they finally...
Well, they did. So what happened was Joe Budden did a song called Slaughterhouse
Right.
on a mixed. I think it was a mixtape, and it was the 4 of them, and it was never intended to go anywhere past that. But then a bunch of fans started getting involved and being like, "Yo, y'all should think of this as a more serious thing."
Right.
And
They did.
they decided to. And then somebody decided they were going to retire.
Right. Somebody.
Master talent on paper, I knew we'd catch fire. From red spiders to pulling up in that red spider. The sold out shows without Joe, we tore that Best Buy up. Before Royce and Crook was sober, man, this shit was ill. We sipped to kill, give groupie bitches the dick and chill. Joe ain't drink, but he partied on them prescription pills. The one video depicted how he was living for real. Backstage, man, we was like brothers. Nobody would fall cause everyone would be each other's crutches. But here's a little something you ain't know. We'd split the dough, and after the tour was over, so was the show. No hanging out, no phone calls, just holiday texts and emails from management on what's probably up next. But no amount of money is bigger than ego. Niggas doing deals on the side like Nicky and Casino.
Woo!
I mean, part of it makes sense because they are from different states. But on the other hand, that kind of...
Yes and no. When you're with a group of people every day for an
Right.
extended period of time, you build that familial bond. Unless you're not there for
Right. Anything other than
anything
that.
other than making money.
Now, see, on the other hand, I'm sitting here kind of grinning because I'm like, well, with the after show parties and being with somebody, or more than somebody, multiple somebodies, 24/7 on the road for all of this, I'd be like, yeah, you stay on your side of the continental U.S. I'll stay on mine. I'll see you in, too soon. I'll see you too soon. It'll be good. Yeah, I need to fix my liver and my living, get right with God, and not see your ugly face for a good long while. Thank you very much. Yeah.
She's very antisocial.
I'm very introverted. That would be way too much for me. But he has a point,
Money is bigger than ego. Niggas doing deals on the side like Nicky and Casino. Joe, you thought you was the head Gambino. Made decisions with no regard for the next man. We know that Rollie lit up nice. It had the large down, but you was on your ish for that ice, just like you are now. Royce, we was pretty tight. Then you got around Mike and let him sell you Joell lies at a discount price. But you know quick, nigga. The block enforcer. Only thing you had up on me was that rocket launcher. Got guns too. We had some fun too. Mic check 1, 2. So this is what it's come to. That last phone call revealed it was the last days. Man, I wish real life was like Backstage. Green room bottles full as fuck. Bad bitch.
Ooh!
So things were not all sunshine and roses, which is honestly a lot of how life is when you have multiple people involved, money involved, deals being offered to other people, gossip, so on and so forth. That is unfortunately how life goes.
He had said that life for a while was like it was backstage. And then at the end he said, man, I wish life would have stayed the way it was backstage. And again, it's... You aside, most people want that camaraderie.
Right. I don't know. I would say we all dream of friendships like that. I don't know about like that kind of 24/7 type of camaraderie, sure.
No, I'm not saying that he's saying anything like...
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I get the having friendships like that, for sure.
But it's like... Is it really a friendship if you're only... Like, you go on tour for 5 months.
Right.
And then you only send a text message.
That's a halftime friendship.
On a holiday.
Right.
Like, hey, Merry Christmas.
Yeah. And also taking deals on the side, making decisions for the whole group without, consulting the group, believing gossip about other members of the group. I mean, again, it's a little bit of life, but it's not all the backstage party, which is unfortunate. Yeah.
Right.
Life was like Backstage. Green room bottles full as fuck. Bad bitches around that nobody else could touch. Bags full of money. Choppers on the bus. The four-headed monster. Who want a problem with us? But see, the problem was us. And a whole lot of stuff we probably should have discussed. But we here now. No going back. Hey. At least shit was real when we was backstage. Dear God, thank you for letting me wake up. Feel like I'm in the land of Canaan. Feel like we are the sons of Jacob. 4 brothers who destined to break up. But will we meet up in Egypt to make up? The snake up the tree of life, who offered the apple to Eve. See, I bit the forbidden fruit, then I hit the chapel to grieve. Cause I knew the truth. In Babylon, shackled by thieves in the lion's den, I triumphed when Daniel believed I was a slave to my Lord.
Jesus Christ.
Wait,
He
Crook?
just went biblical on everybody.
my God.
That's amazing. All right, so the 12 tribes splitting up. Tree of life, knowledge,
Daniel in the lion's den.
Babel, Tower. Oh my God. Yeah.
fucking
All right.
hell. All right.
I wasn't ready for that. Preach.
We going back.
Yeah.
We going back to 12 hours earlier.
I'm wondering why it's 12 hours earlier, but I can no longer pay attention to the music video. I need to actually, like, concentrate.
Dear God, thank you for letting me wake up. Feel like I'm in the land of Canaan. Feel like we are the sons of Jacob. 4 brothers who destined to break up. But will we meet up in Egypt to make up? The snake up the tree of life, who offered the apple to Eve. See, I bit the forbidden fruit, then I hit the chapel to grieve. Cause I knew the truth. In Babylon, shackled by thieves in the lion's den, I triumphed when Daniel believed I was a slave to my loyalty. Measure the pressures like trying to measure the desert. Feeling lesser and lesser. Joseph never treasured my efforts. He couldn't spot a goat like shepherds and leopards, but I'm a king like Nebuchadnezzar. Yes, bag of gold for us, I took to Zion, but the 3-man story didn't fit in the book of Ryan. I would be lying if I didn't say.
Well, I
It
called
didn't
it. It was
fit
just
in
a
the
song
book.
early.
Right. That's
It
great.
fit in the book of Ryan, bruh.
Oh.
For those of you that don't know, I mistakenly said that the writing in not having to use a book, I thought might have been a slight dig at Royce for the book of Ryan.
Right. And it pops up.
Which it wasn't in
But,
that song.
you know, it pops up. Yeah.
But it popped back up.
Well, and the Joseph not believing in him. I like that was biblical. Still biblical. Not necessarily, directed towards anybody.
It's hard when one man wants to
Venture out on their own.
control the coat of many colors and
You're right.
not want to,
Yeah. Well,
share it with his brothers.
that too. Yeah. That's crazy.
Crook is just nasty.
Yeah.
But I'm a king like Nebuchadnezzar. Yes, bag of gold
Yes,
for
sir.
us, I took to Zion, but the 3-man story didn't fit in the book of Ryan. I would be lying if I didn't say that rock hit me like the one that shook Goliath the giant. I dropped quickly. I was trying to organize the Last Supper.
And saying the 3-man thing didn't fit in the book of Ryan, that's in reference to Royce saying, I guess in a phone call with these guys,
Yeah, that if it
Joe's
wasn't all
not
four
going
of
to
them,
do
then
it,
yeah.
he's not willing to do it.
Right. I like the yes sir after
Yes, sir.
the Nebuchadnezzar. I mean, I like that the way that he's doing this, because it's biblical, it all sounds allegorical, but it's obviously not, and honestly probably just about as tragic as everything that takes place in the Bible.
Right.
Didn't fit in the book of Ryan. I would be lying if I didn't say that rock hit me like the one that shook Goliath the giant. I dropped quickly. I was trying to organize the Last Supper. If Joseph is married to retirement, why we making the fans suffer? Y'all making our
If Joseph is married to retirement. Wow.
And the Last Supper.
Right, are we coming up with a Judas bar here?
Oh no.
Are we?
Oh no.
I like how he put that though.
supper. If Joseph is married to retirement. Why we making the fans suffer? Y'all making our path rougher. In the belly of the whale like Jonah, we ate sushi. And that's such a rap hustler for ya. I'm the Samson that y'all made. Delilah gave me a ball fade. Cut off my crown, now I'm tied to 2 pillars. Enemies all around till God sent me the strength to bring the house of slaughter down. I died and came back as John the Elder. Wrote a book about our bad ways. A revelation about our last days. Now it ain't nothing left to tell you. This the last page. The story's over. No more backstage. I guess I thought shit was sweet. Cause sugar and salt look the same, you know what I mean? It wasn't real. And God gave me the signs. That's why this verse is biblical. Green room bottles full as fuck. Bad bitches and
Holy fuck.
I fucking love you, Crook.
Well, and he's, you know, taking the time to point out some truths.
I am so sorry y'all had to go through this bullshit.
I mean, the sad thing about this whole EP is it's obvious that to these two,
It was
the
more to
wound
them.
is fresh. Yeah, because it was just devastating that they wanted to put together one last comeback album, and based on how much the fans wanted it as well, they truly thought that it was doable. And the other two just, I honestly, I'm not here to judge anybody or anything like that, but I feel like what Royce said is kind of a cop-out, honestly. It was not taking any responsibility for the choice himself.
I feel like everybody should have seen this coming. Not this.
Right.
But should have seen Royce's actions coming. Do not get me wrong, guys. I love Royce. I think he's a outstanding fucking artist. Dude can rap.
Right.
But last year, when Royce wouldn't come back at the people that were dissing him,
Right.
I don't feel like he wants to get in the booth.
Okay.
I think that's what it really boils down to.
Well, like I said, I feel like he took the easy and somewhat blameless way out by saying, well, if Joe's not going to do it, there's no point. Because that's not really saying I want to do it. That's not really saying I don't want to do it. It's just not really taking a stand, period. Again, you can tell that these guys were actually quite hurt. And while they've had all these years of healing and evolving and maturing as artists and human beings and getting themselves right in terms of health and so on and so forth, like, they put value on their time as Slaughterhouse. And I think that to find out that a lot of the stuff that broke Slaughterhouse up from the inside, which they definitely knew, is still kind of lingering, is truly kind of heartbreaking to them. And that's the part that... Well,
and they touched on it in the last song, too. Joe's original reasoning was, I don't want to do it again if Slaughterhouse is still on Shady. So everybody did everything that they could, got Slaughterhouse off of Shady.
Right.
And then Joe's still like, nah,
Right.
I'm retired. I just want to sit on this couch.
Right.
I just want to sit here and pretend like people give a fuck what I think.
Well, and it's like, dude, then why did you even tell us to go through all of these hoops?
Right.
Yeah, we could have just left it. You know. I don't know.
This verse is biblical. Green room bottles full as fuck. Bad bitches around that nobody else could touch. Bags full of money. Choppers on the bus. The four-headed monster. Who want a problem with us? But see, the problem was us. And a whole lot of stuff we probably should have discussed. But we here now. No going back. Hey, at least shit was real when we was backstage.
I definitely like that he ended it. At least shit was real when we were backstage. Because, I mean, that does legitimize their friendship when they were around each other and when it was happening. And it was good when it was good. That's better than some people can say.
Oh, I can't wait for the rest of this fucking project.
Again, it's just the new hurt that makes this even more, like, devastating to me. Because, honestly, the last track, Vacancy, that we listened to, I was like, I'm not as upset as I feel a lot of people are going to be. And that's mostly because I felt like something like this was going to happen. But then to just know how much it affected Crook and Joell, you know.
There's a few things about this whole situation that bother me.
Just a few. I mean, Crook had to take it biblical.
I mean, even after these songs come out. I'm not talking about this,
Specific.
the specific, all the situations that led up to where we're at now.
Right.
In terms of where we're at now, there's a few things going on right now that bother me. The first one, which I'm interested to see how this all turns out tomorrow, is Royce. And his response to the last track I thought was way out of left field. Royce has been going on Twitter almost arguing with fans who he'd said one of his tweets or posts on Instagram or whatever was something along the lines of two smart people doing stupid things stupidly or some shit like that. I don't remember the exact way he worded it.
Okay.
And then somebody quoting an old tweet, they went back and found it, where somebody had asked them what was up with Slaughterhouse, and he himself said it was dead, we moved on, it was fun.
Right.
And then all of a sudden they do this, and he's all like, "Oh, there's 4 of us in this, and 2 people are just deciding that it's over." You told everybody it was over years ago.
You told him, and then you told him it was dead if only 3 of you wanted to do it, and then... So,
what sucks is... I feel like Royce is more hurt by this than he probably even knew.
Yep, but he...
But he didn't do anything to help really push it forward.
Yeah, no, but he wouldn't make a decision is the thing. It's
right.
Not about pushing it forward, setting it back. It's... He didn't want to make a decision, period.
And let's be real, what this all boils down to is Joe.
Right. Who kind of shot himself in his own foot a while ago, which is the reason he moved on to the couch.
And I hope this doesn't turn into serious rap beef before this is all said and done.
I hope it doesn't, for the sake of the feelings involved with the 4 of them. On the flip side...
It's not just them, though.
Well, huge fans and...
Just the fans,
yeah.
And you think about it,
right,
who's Royce is one of his really good friends.
Right.
He's super cool with Crook, so he's not even going to get involved.
Right.
If it does go that route. But...
I think out of all people, M would understand it going that route.
True.
But he would also, like you said, keep out of it because he would think probably, my guess is knowing M...
But more importantly than
mistakes
M,
were made.
Let's be real. M, it does suck on a personal level. He knows these guys. But the fans, like the people who have been supporting all this for
all
so
4
long.
Of them. All 4 of them.
And how much this is tearing up the people that are witnessing one of their favorite groups of all time implode.
Which, again, I think I want to say about the Vacancy thing, like, I feel like that already happened. And I feel like, yes, this was a comeback, and so far they've all been like, it went south, we're still kind of, we're still okay with each other, maybe someday kind of thing. But the fact that they didn't continue as Slaughterhouse meant that things imploded already, I guess is what I'm saying. Now, if it goes to the level of nuclear, which is beef with each other, it's not under the Slaughterhouse name.
Right.
The other two have absolutely no say in what these two now do, because they have been trying for over a year and they were just shot dead in the water. It really does suck if Royce is just now coming to the realization that he would have liked to have been on something, either because he loves these two guys or because of the fan outpouring, but to try and do a 180 just in defense of himself now that he's getting a lot of flack for it.
Right.
Not cool. And it's, there's so many receipts out there these days that people are going to go back and they are going to find him, and he's going to be the one shooting himself in the foot, much like Joe years ago. And it's not a good look. I mean, they are the two that basically put a stop to the album that was wanting to be done.
Right.
So now, even with him putting...
Now the other two are putting an official stop to it.
Yeah, but now that he's... even with him trying to say that he put all the pressure on Joe, which wasn't fair of him in the first place. I mean, I understand what he was saying I can kind of understand what he was saying in terms of, if it's not all four of us, it's not Slaughterhouse. But...
honestly, you could replace Joe. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, honestly... Crook and Joell here aren't saying that they're Slaughterhouse. It could have been the three of them. It didn't have to be... He could have said, I'm only comfortable with doing it under the Slaughterhouse name if it's all four of us, but it would be totally cool to do an album with the two of you for old time's sake. With or without Joe.
Right.
He did not choose that route. He did not choose... He was sitting on the fence, and that's where he wanted to be, you know? And this is what happens when shit falls out and you're still sitting on the fence. And now he's trying to regroup, and nobody looks pretty when they're, having to walk backwards. So, and again, it's not Slaughterhouse. Those two no longer have rights to what these two are doing. And so to call them stupid for putting together artistry and music and providing what the fans all have been asking for, at least somewhat,
right,
is not their call anymore. So, honestly, he probably would have done better to just stay quiet. I mean, granted, I get a whole bunch of fans have been hounding them and everything, but he probably would have done better to just stay quiet. If he doesn't want beef, if he's not going after people that are going after him for rap battles and everything, probably just better stay quiet. Like, maybe he should find a couch. I'm just saying.
I think he's still recovering from Mickey cooking him. Sorry.
I feel like if, anyway, there we go. I don't like hypocrisy. It's obvious that Crook and Joell aren't big on it either. I loved how Joell made that very, very emotional and personal. And I really loved that Crook made it biblical.
I did too.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I actually listened to Vacancy on repeat a couple days ago. I will probably add this into its own playlist with Vacancy and just have them on rotate.
Until we can add in the rest of this.
Until
EP.
the rest of this album comes
Yeah.
out. I'll probably throw in a lot of Shady Past on there from Horseshoe. Or Shoe Gang, whatever you want to call it.
Right. Shoe Gang.
Because that was also a fantastic fucking album. So,
And it's kind of that trip down memory lane type, like, just, guys, thank you. You're being so incredibly
transparent,
honest with your feelings over this whole matter, and I appreciate that a lot.
Me too.
Yeah.
Alright, so if you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of King Crooked and Joell Ortiz with Backstage? Also comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reacted to. Check the description below for all the things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
We love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later.